It is Saturday morning, first week of November 2022. And I was watching some other creators on here on YouTube, and then just some people, reading comments in their comment section. And I have come to the conclusion that we are all screwed. Anyway, like if some of us didn't already know that, some of these folks, I just pray that someday, soon, even these ones who think that they know what they're doing, their eyes will be opened and know that half of their stuff that they did was a fallacy. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. That's just me being me. Anyhow, what I wanted to do was, if and when ever, besides a natural disaster, okay? This is besides natural disasters. Natural disasters don't count in this scenario. But if and when everything was to go down and everybody congregated where, their like-minded people were, and their tribes or their clans or whatever, their family, their mag, whatever you want to call the crap, and everybody's settled and things have calmed down a little bit, I'm going to go to a place here in just a minute. I'm going to take y'all with me, that I'd love to get lost in and just be in my imagination, and it will take me to another world, another time, another place, even another perspective. But many take this for granted. And even now these days, these are going to be some of the things that you might want to have. And you might not. Who knows? Who really cares if you want them or not? What I'm telling you is, knowledge is power. And how you use that knowledge is what is progressive. Okay? So, I hope you enjoy the video. I'll see y'all here in just a little bit at my happy place. Okay. So, as you can tell, one of my favorite places is a bookstore. I'm not going to disclose the bookstore until towards the end of the video. Okay? There's a whole thing about that. But, some of these books will most likely get burned, and some of these books will be pushed on as history and historical truths. You just can't tell at this point. It really depends on where the ruling hand is wanting to take this country, and how much disinformation is propagated and pushed on to the people who don't know. But those are the ones that will pay greatly in the end. Anyhow, knowledge is power is what I was saying. You can read, and some of these books, they have real truth to them. And some of them are propaganda filled. Some of them are hate filled. Some of them are fantasy, and some of them are fiction. Some of them are nonfiction, things like that. But reading is essential to growing your mind. If not, you get stuck in experiments. But knowing and having maps and knowing your terrain is very important in several situations, not just an SHTF situation. I love books. I love them. I've read so many books over my lifetime that I can't even start to list any of them. But I did take a picture of a few that are in this huge bookstore, and it's a national chain. But anyway, they have quite a few books on the shelves that can teach you about different things that are very important, and know how to think critically and analytically, to get to the point to where you can take care of yourself once everything is falling apart. But the more you read, the more you know. Anyhow, but algorithmic thinking. There you have one. Engines. That comes in handy to know how to work on an engine. Calculators. Old calculators. Maps. Knowing how to read maps is important. Your Bible, if you're a Christian, but most everybody will have a belief. This is one of my favorite books, Plato's The Republic. I suggest everybody read it. Not everyone will be able to understand it. Loaded language and how to recognize it. There's one for you to think about. There's military books. I mean, there's just a plethora of information in the store. But I was actually searching for particular books, and many of them I already have in my little small library. I had to condense it down. But as I walked through the store and I was getting my daily exercise, I kept on seeing all kinds of stuff. I mean, little things that would help you to figure out how to put something together, like these little games. I mean, come on. That's cool. Oh, here's a language that everybody might want to learn how to speak. There's another one everyone might want to learn how to speak. Just saying. Here's another one. Our neighbors to the south, they do get a bad rap, but they're pretty cool people. Here's another one. Here you go. All right. Now we're getting into skills. You can learn a lot of things from books, and you can put them to use. Of course, my favorite is psychology and anatomy and physiology. You don't want to put a tourniquet on somebody if you don't know anatomy. Okay, come on. Let's get real. You want to know your trees. A lot of trees will give you food in ways that you never thought. Sign language is a very good key to have, especially when you're having to be quiet. This life skills book, which was a joke. This one right here made me think. This one right here, I think everybody should have in their own personal collection and know it well. This man right here, had a lot of great insights. Oh, this is for my friend Mad Shad. You got to have one of these in your library. Outliers. If you don't know what an outlier is, look it up. Find out. I'm an outlier. Noble. And I walked all through the store, got my daily exercise. But what I found out after I walked through the store, taking all these pictures that y'all have seen, and I asked them about any survival books, bushcraft, handguns, things like that, how to start a fire, anything that will teach you how to survive on your own during an SHTF, anything like that. And guess what? They told me they only had 10 books in the entire store. And it was an on-demand thing. And that Barnes & Noble decided that it wasn't pertinent to their overall abilities to provide the basic public with these things. Okay, and the clerk that I spoke with said they don't really sell that much, so they don't order them. But if you look at some of the clips that I've done, and if you go into your local Barnes & Noble store and ask them for these books, see what they say. But they have hundreds of thousands of romance, fiction, science fiction, how to do witchcraft, how to read your Bible, how to make songs, but nothing to teach you how to start a fire. Okay. Well, there you have it. I asked the old boy over there at Barnes & Noble, I said, so y'all are censoring what the consumer can buy based on hoo-ha. And he said, no, we don't censor it. You can order it and have it delivered, but we just don't have it on the shelf. I said, exactly. I said, but you got tons of other crap on the shelf that don't make a hill of beans about nothing. Tons and tons of copies of these books, but you don't have a basic book to teach an individual how to survive. I said, the best advice I got for you, darling, is to learn how to start a fire without a match or a lighter. And I turned around and walked off. That's all I got to say about that stuff. Do not buy in, suggestion, into the consumer chaos that is going on. I could not believe how full the parking lot of the mall was, with everybody in there buying useless, crapless stuff that's not even made in the United States at all. Come on. You're part of the problem if you're supporting this socialist, communist regime crap. Really, people. Think about that when you go to buy Christmas presents this year. What are you really buying them? Something that's going to break? Something that's going to teach them how to comply? Something that's going to teach them how not to ask questions and just go along with the agenda? Think about it.